Here is a look at Ridley Scott's vision of the Moses story. Exodus, Gods and Kings, directed by Ridley Scott, the man who directed Blade Runner, Alien, and Gladiator. Now he brings us the Moses story in Exodus, Gods and Kings. If you know the story of Moses, you know what you're getting into. Moses, a Hebrew man raised among the Egyptian people as Prince Ramses' brother. When it is found out that he is a Hebrew, he's forced to live with the Hebrew slaves, and he takes a wife, they give birth to a son, and then he leads the Hebrews to freedom with the help of their God, who brings down the 10 plagues of Egypt and parts the Red Sea. This is a good movie. I really did like this movie. The brotherly relationship between Ramses and Moses is excellent. Christian Bale is fantastic as Moses. I really thought he did a very good job. Joel Edgerton is excellent as well as Ramses. You have John Turturro as their father. He's really good, being the biological father to Ramses and the surrogate father to Moses. Sigourney Weaver plays their mother, and she's pretty good, even though she's barely in the movie. She's only there to have a couple lines, and that's kind of a waste for such a great actress. Aaron Paul is in this movie as Moses' brother, I believe. He doesn't really have any lines in the movie at all. Ben Kingsley is very good, though, as the wise man that tells Moses the truth about his heritage. And the plagues of Egypt are done very well. I like the fact that Ridley Scott uses science to explain the 10 plagues of Egypt, but also brings us to the main flaw of this movie, which is the depiction of God in this movie. When you see the form that God is given in this movie, it makes the 10 plagues of Egypt look like God is having a temper tantrum. What was Ridley Scott thinking when he gives God this form? I think many religious people are probably not going to like the form that Ridley Scott gives God in this movie, but me, I kind of found it pretty funny. I'm not that religious to begin with anyway. Then you have the Parting of the Red Sea, which was done very well also. Other negatives in this movie is the pacing. This movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, but it really feels more like 3 hours, and you really feel the length of the movie, or it really feels longer because of how long it gets to each point of the movie. And I definitely recommend you do not see this in 3D. When I was wearing the 3D glasses, they were giving me a headache because of how long the movie is. You're better off seeing this movie in 2D. The 3D is good with the opening battle scene and some of the plagues of Egypt, as well as the Red Sea, but really you don't need the glasses at all. You're better off going to the 2D version instead. Not only because of the cost, but also because the length would give you a headache. I had to take the glasses off a couple times. Another negative is that there's really not any time to give chemistry to Moses' wife, or much character development and chemistry to Ramses' wife either. They're not in there for that long in the movie, but the scenes they do have are done pretty well. The final point I want to talk about is the ending. The ending made me laugh because the ending is sequel baiting. Yes, we're going to get Moses 2. And considering the length of the Moses story, it would make sense to have a sequel. The Charlton Heston movie was pretty long as well, so it would make sense to have a sequel, but it was very funny when the ending came up and it was just, oh, we're going to get a sequel. I doubt they would make a trilogy of this, because the point where they ended, I don't see a third movie really being made. Overall, I'm going to give this movie a B. Definitely check this movie out.